Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
Chair.
can I ask a question? Tama nga naman po yung sinasabi ni Attorney Rama. Yung based dun sa complaints na I received Friday, yung SMATI, meron talagang violation dito at nasuspindi pa ata SMATI, ano?
Yes,
Yeah, for certain violations. And to mention, yun yung violation sa health protocol during pandemic.
correct.
Number two, walang occupancy permit sa building.
Yes,
Number three, nag-advertise tracks courses na walang permit from Deped.
correct.
And then number four, tungkol dun sa mga ghost, supposedly students na wala na sa listahan pero sila ay nagbibill pa rin tuloy-tuloy, something like that. So my question to you now, Attorney, ano na po nangyari sa ginagawa investigation ng DepEd pertaining dito sa mga violations ng St. Michael, Archangel?
We would also, I think, mapapaliwanag din po ito, no, ng ating partner in the Private Education and Assistance Committee, because they're the ones really going to the schools and double checking yung mga learners. So they have recommended the termination. However, yun po, ini-investigate pa rin po din natin dito sa Department of Education kasi especially na hindi na lang po ito suspension, Senator Tulfo. This is already a termination from
So
the
right now, ano
voucher
pong status
system.
ng eskwelahan ng St. Michael? Ongoing pa rin pagtatanggap ng enrollments ng students? Are they still allowed?
Yes po, they're still allowed until that we will be providing the decision to terminate po, Senator.
So once they're terminated, ano mangyari po sa mga estudyante? Saan po sila transfer?
Ang gagawin po natin, Mr. Senator, so that the students will not be disenfranchised, doon po yung mga naka-enroll na po. Ang termination po natin from their participation in the voucher program will be on the looking forward po coming year. So for example, if they still have grade 12 or grade 11 na voucher recipient, tapos nagbigay po tayo ng decision to terminate them, patatapusin po natin muna yung G11 and G12 po nila na students so that they will not be disenfranchised. And then, for example, we will start the termination in school year 2025-2026 para po hindi po maano po yung mga bata, madidisturbo po, kagaya po ng nangyari po.
Is it possible, Attorney Rama, na i-require niyo po lahat ng eskwelahan na nakatanggap ng subsidy galing sa gaspe, ilagay nila sa kanilang website kung sino-sino yung mga recipients and then babanggain dun sa website ninyo nang sa gayon maimpormahan yung publiko para kung sabihin ng estudyante, teka muna, ba't nasa listahan pa rin ako, nagbibill pa rin ng eskwelahan, graduate na ako, wala na ako dyan. Diba? Or bakit nakita ko sa DepEd na tumatanggap si Juan, si Pedro na supposed to be hindi na dapat o wala naman talagang Juan at Pedro na tumatanggap ng subsidy from GASPE.
Sige
So
po.
can you do that? Require
Yes,
all schools?
We will look into that, Senator po. Tingnan po din natin if we will not be violating anything, no? But if ever wala po tayo ma-violate for whatever data privacy po, we will be adopting your recommendation, Senator.
Pero sa tingin mo may data privacy ba yun? Somebody accepting, receiving subsidy from the government, is that something na magkakaroon tayo ng violation sa batas? Palagay nyo?
I have to double check
Okay.
po, Senator, Mr. Senator.
Pero para saan kasi makakaiwas yan kahit pa paano?
Yes, that's right po.
Yung bang magkakaroon ng anomalya na yung mga estudyante na hindi dapat nakakatanggap ng subsidy nakakatanggap, binibil ng eskwelahan na hindi dapat. Kasi kung nasa listahan niya, Mr. Chair, may kita ng mga estudyante na hindi naman ako tumatanggap pa, ba't ako binibil pa rin? Or may kita ng mga kaibigan o kasamahan, mga classmate, uy, nasa listahan ka pala ng tumatanggap ng subsidy sa gobyerno, hindi naman ata totoo yan. So magreklamo estudyante o yung magulang.
Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator.
Point of Senator Tulfo, and I agree with him to improve the transparency mechanisms. I think we have to be very proactive in terms of transparency, using technology like websites. Now you have a dedicated office. That's a good move, and that's in line with the recommendation of COA. However, office is just one physical structure. No? What we need to improve on is transparency, information being shared to the public so that the public is also part in terms of guarding public funds as well as making sure that the program is in line with its direction. No? So just submit to the committee some of your ideas on how to improve transparency, and when do you plan to implement those, no? Including the recommendation of Senator Tulfo to publish the names of students and schools.
That is noted po, Senator Benefeciary.
Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we note of your recommendations. The department is currently in its final phase of establishing the Matatag portal, which will carry all relevant information, I mean, that can be shared to the public. But currently, we have the LIS that contains all the list of learners in both public and private, but it is not made public because of all the information that is placed there. But with the Matatag portal, we will see how we can include some information in the LIS that would include the list of learners in each of the schools, whether public or private. We will try to incorporate that in our portal, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, thank you. Kailangan konsultahin niyo rin siguro yung legal team ninyo kung walang mababiolate na batas. Pero ang sa akin naman, ilalagay mo lang yung pangalan at eskwelahan. Wala na siguro yung mga personal information kung sino magulang, kung ano na pa na medyo mababiolate na yung tinatawag natin data privacy law. Siguro yung pinaka-basic lang na para sa kaalaman ng mga estudyante na nakakatanggap, para sa kaalaman ng publiko na ito pala mga estudyante, ito ay scholar o nakakatanggap ng subsidies. Now, meron order ang COA. Nandito ba yung COA? Do we have a member of the Commission on Audit? Meron po kayong order sa Deped na magbuo ng composite team to monitor itong gaspe program. Nag-comply na po ba ang Deped?
You may respond.
Hello, good morning, Committee Chair Binda Chalian and Vice Chair Rapi Tulfo, and good morning to all colleagues from the different government agencies. So I'm Erwin Liabe, the co-team leader during the performance audit of the GASPE program in 2018. So as regards to the recommendation to convene a GASPE composite team that will manage the GASPE program handled by the Deped. So they issued several Deped orders for the establishment of various offices in line with our recommendation, but we have yet to evaluate or validate whether these offices are functioning as intended. But they have issued the necessary Deped orders for the establishment of these offices.
So wala pa rin pong nabubuong composite.
Based po sa na-mention po ni Attorney Rama, they already created the offices po. Actually, 2020 pa, yung mga, 2021 and 2022 po na-create yung mga offices and units na related sa GASPE po. And yun nga po, we have yet to validate whether these offices are functioning as intended po. Thank you po.
For more question, Mr. Chair. Bakit bumaba po yung budget sa voucher program? From 39 billion in 2023, ngayon bumagsak 2024 sa 26.3.
I think that is only for the different po kasi yung mga subsidy programs natin, Senator Tulfo. We have the ESC, the Education Service Contracting, which has a budget of around, if I'm not mistaken, 11 or 12 billion. And then the ESC po, as SHSVP is around 25 million. And then the Joint Delivery Voucher Program is around 1 billion. Siguro, Senator Tulfo, yung nakita niyo po na 26, baka it's just a part of that 3 programs. Siguro po, I would like to explain na lang po no, yung nakita niyo po na mataas na program budget in 2023, which is 53 billion. Tapos bumaba po tayo ng 40 billion. So, the 53 billion actually is the payment for previous years. Kasi kung makita nyo din po dito sa program budget natin, we had a budget cut in 2018. So, there were schools, especially, ito pa pala ang additional na, there were schools na hindi po natin nabayaran because of the budget cut in 2018. So that's why tinaas po ng DBM, binigyan po tayo ng mas mataas na budget nung 2023 po at 53. So yun po yung parang previous payment po ng billings.
Mr. Chair, another question. Okay, since the implementation of this program, at sabi nyo nga po nagbubuo na kayo ng unit per order of the COA to monitor gaspe. Ilan na po ang nakita nyong may eskwelahan na nagbabiolate o may violation tungkol po sa GHOST program na dapat hindi naman nabibigyan ng subsidy pero nakakatanggap pa rin? At ano pong nangyari doon sa mga eskwelahan na yon? At ilan po yung mga estudyante na nakita nyo po na wala dapat sa listahan pero nakakatanggap pa rin ng subsidy?
Okay. To place things in the proper perspective, Senator, when we came in sa GASO in 2023, what we did po with the billings, binabangga po namin yun sa learner information system. So yun pong hindi po same po sa learner information system. Hinohold po namin yung bill, pero yung mga ibang estudyante po na okay naman po, binabayaran po natin. When it comes to naman po yung talagang pagpupunta sa baba po sa mga schools, we have our partner po in the Private Education Assistance Committee. They're the ones po kasi yung co-manager natin dito sa program.
Ma'am, sorry, ang tanong ko po, ilan na po yung mga na-flag down ninyo as ghost students?
Okay. I think I'll ask po ED Doris also for
And
that
then follow-up question,
information.
ilan na pong eskwelahan ang na-flag down din nyo na doing this? I think isa dyan yung St. Michael. At ano na pong status dun sa mga ginagawang investigation against these schools?
Sige po.
Ma'am
ED
Pere?
Doris.
Go ahead,
Yes.
ED
Mr.
Doris.
Thank you. Good morning, Senator Gatchalian and Senator Tulfo. Insofar as the question is concerned, so as for SMATI specifically, their billing documents for school year 23-24, the current school year, are on hold because we've really not settled the matter as to the validity of all the grantees that are in the billing document. We also have recommended SMATI for termination effective school year 24-25. And so that is something that the Deped is deciding on in a meeting which they will conduct very soon. And a while ago, there were questions about what happens to the students if the school is terminated. The voucher is, it can actually be brought to another school. In other words, it's portable. So at the end of grade 11, if a student is from SMATI, he can move to another school for the balance of the senior high voucher program. In fact, that is true for both ESC and the voucher program. The grant is portable, so they can always go to the more, quality-driven participating schools. So for the last 3 years, so far this is the data that we have. We've terminated 22 voucher participating schools in school year 2021. In 21-22, we terminated,
Ma'am, if I can butt in, ang tanong ko po kasi,
ilan po?
ilan po ang na-flag down nyo na mga ghost students? At ano po ang ilan eskwelahan ang nagbibill sa inyo para sa mga ghost students nila? Yun ang po ang tanong ko muna.
As Senator Tulfo, pwede po namin kayong bigyan ng 10-year report, inaayos po namin. Pero okay, ganito
you
po ang
acknowledge the
nangyayari.
existence of
Opo.
ghost students.
Actually,
in
yung
this
ghost
budget.
students kasi, the term ghost is rather difficult to define. Pero when we go to a school and we see na merong mga grantees na hindi tamang na-i-bill, we tell the school about it. You have a problem, you have to refund. And they actually refund Deped if you're talking about a few
Correct.
students
So the
due to
fact,
clerical errors.
thank you,
Yung
ma'am.
malalaking problema, sir,
Ma'am,
ito yung
sandali,
mga
ma'am, kasi
termination.
Okay, the fact that they did a refund,
Yeah.
so it's an admission na meron silang violation.
Yes, sir.
So ano po yung ginawa ng DepEd dito sa mga eskwelahan na na-flag down nyo na nagbibill na hindi dapat, And so, inadmit nila yung kanilang kasalanan. So, nag-refund sila. Hanggang doon lang, refund lang. Wala kayong gagawing pagsasampa ng kaso or paghahabol sa kanila. Dahil sa
Pinag-usapan na ho namin yan with Deped Legal. The USEC for Legal is USEC Omar. And they're also looking in that direction. Lalo na po yung sobrang dadami ng estudyante na talagang may problema. Yung iba kasi pwede nating maisip na clerical error. For example, yung isang eskwelahan na nakapag-submit ng pangalan ng mga estudyante, yung pala yung bata, hindi naman nag-30 days sa eskwelahan. Nag-drop out. Pero pumasok ang pangalan niya sa billing. Yung ganun, nagre-refund ho yan. Basta nagkamali.
Alright. Ang tanong ko nga po, yung bang ilan na ang mga estudyante na pumasok sa programa na hindi dapat, kaya nga itong mga eskwela na ito nag-refund sa inyo. Kasi kung isa, dalawa, pwede natin sabihin clerical error. Pero kung 10, 20, 50, hindi na clerical error po yan, ma'am.
Tama po yan. Kaya po kung mahigit 10 yan, we move towards suspension.
Kaya nga po, ang tanong ko, ilan na po sa listahan ninyo na yung mga bilang ng mga estudyante na nabayaran po ng gaspe na hindi dapat and
Okay.
it led to the
Sige
school
po. Or
giving you refund.
thank you, sir. Nandito po kasi yung monitoring officer natin. Yung mga eskwelahan na may issues from school year 2020-21 to 22-23. So this covers 3 school years. Sa voucher program, 12,675. Sa ESC, 588.
12,000 yung mga estudyante
Apo. Na may issues.
na may issues.
Apo.
So,
Sa 3 school years.
so hindi na po clerical error yan. Would you agree?
Yung iba
thousands
hong
of-
issues, clerical. Kasi this is spread over several schools.
I know.
Meron hong mga eskwelahan na high-performing, may 2, 3.
So
Mag-refund
how
ka
much
agad.
refund na ang natanggap po ng Deped from these schools na mali po yung naging billing nila para sa GASPE program? Do we have the numbers of the students na napilitan yung school na magbigay ng refund?
Ah,
And then the number of students?
we're computing it po,
Okay.
Senator, but we have it.
And
Kasi
then,
po, ang mekanismo natin, ang isang eskwelahan, hindi makakapag-bill next school year kapag hindi mo naayos ang current school year mo.
yes ma'am. So, yun nga po. So, meron tayong bilang ng mga estudyante. You said 12,000 something. And out of this 12,000 na mga na-flag down ninyo, na maling billing, sabihin na natin maling billing, at it led to the school giving a refund. Nag-interview ba kayo sa ilan sa mga estudyante? Kahit na random, kasi alam ko 12,000, that's too many. Hindi nyo kayang kausap lahat yan. Para malaman ko anong naging problema, bakit sila nasama doon sa listahan na hindi dapat.
Opo, nagtanong ho kami kahit sa mga eskwelahan. Isa sa pinakamalaking naging concern natin ay yung mga ALS completers na nagiging voucher recipients. Dahil idinideklara sila ng kanilang mga eskwelahan na voucher eligible, na pwede naman nating paniwalaan na talagang may pangangailangan yung mga bata, ngunit hindi sila pumasok sa voucher application, which is yun ang tamang guideline. In other words, kung ALS completer ka, hindi ka automatically eligible. Dapat nag-apply ka. Kaso hindi pala sila nag-apply, pero idinideclare sila ng mga eskwelahan nila na voucher recipients. Na very clear ho ito sa guidelines ng DepEd.
So was that intentional on the part of the school?
Kung mahigit 10 ho yan, yun ang when we evaluate it, siguro ho pwede nating sabihin na
So
may
meron talagang
problema
problema sa school.
talaga.
So ano pong ginagawa ng DepEd para maiwasan na pumaulit yung ganong klaseng anomalya? I would call it an anomaly because
Yes,
that's by
opo.
the thousands
Yung-
na hindi naman pwedeng sabihin na clerical error pa rin.
Opo. Salamat, Senator Tulfo. No? Yung pinapaliwanag nga ni Atty. Tara kanina, this year, kaya bumagal ang processing dahil parehong naghigpit ang PAC at ang DepEd. From our end this year, lahat ng mga eskwelahan, pinag-submit namin ng documents bago naming tanggapin ang billing statements nila. Just so we can be sure that the students are eligible. DepEd did the same. It validated against the LIS these same students. Kaya this year medyo mahigpit tayo. We hope na hindi na mangyari yung mga nangyari in the past. We also have been proposing since 2019 because it came out in the performance audit na yung senior high voucher program po natin, nagkakaproblema tayo dahil hindi ho nako-quality assure ang mga providers. In other words, unlike in ESC na mas konti ho ang ating mga problema because the schools are certified by the PAC, for the voucher program, wala hong ganong certification. Basta meron silang provisional permit from DepEd at may dumating na bata na voucher eligible, pwede na ho silang maging participant sa voucher program.